guys, episode 9 of Grotesquerie. Let's just get up into it. Listen, we start out with Lois and Maisie in the car. Lois has a sexy new wig on, her face is beat bitch, and they're about to embark on another one of Lois's great ideas. But Maisie would rather go to Dairy Queen. Me too, Maisie. Same girl. They pull up to Marshall's place. Lois, like the thug she is, walks past Marshall directly into his house. He's watering the lawn and he already knows what time it is, and so does she, and that's why she didn't say anything. Lois, Sexy Red, and Marshall are all having tea at the table. Lois said she had always known about the affair and wasn't heartbroken by it. She didn't like the way Marshall handled Merritt's weight gain. Marshall clocks her, asking if sleeping with Merritt's husband was a way of her showing love. Lois is very sorry for her actions with Eddie. Lois says she heard Marshall wishing death upon her during her coma. She wants to be at peace now and offers Marshall what he wants regarding the divorce. Marshall wants to smoke and tells her that she's impossible to categorize when it comes to her actions, and I'm like, Marshall, what more do you want from her? Marshall is a bitter Betty. Sexy Red tries to calm him down as he calls Lois a cunt. So bitter, Marshall. He says they both need to be dead. Lois paces as dust and leaves. Back in the car with Maisie, who is living for the Dairy Queen ice cream they're eating. Lois says it's time to go see Merritt. These are her final goodbyes, it seems, as Lois plans to start over. She tells Merritt that she knows she's a bad mother, but said that Merritt sucked and that she was there through all of it. She even goes on to say that she and Eddie had more in common than Eddie and Merritt. Oof, Lois wanted to smoke, because that provokes another slap, I would say. Lois questioned Merritt's love for Eddie. Lois tells her she's leaving to somewhere warm. Lois then says that slap from Merritt hurt. Merritt says good, and baby, Lois slaps Merritt. Bitch, Lois got her lick back, you hear me? She then tells Merritt to come find her if she ever wants a real relationship with her. Next, we see Detective Megan Thee Stallion at her motel. She gets a call and there seems to be a crime that took place. Lois is back with Dr. Whitcomb, who tells her that her dreams are like jigsaws. She relates the guy in the desert at the gas station to her father, saying that he was like a moral force. She misses her father. The doctor wants to bring in his colleague Dr. Smith for Lois's case. He has a disability, so uses a speech generating device to communicate. Lois references the case in her dream where the women were being pumped for their milk. She sees it as the world turning on women. She then mentioned the drug den from her dream, and Dr. Smith mentions the Burnside case in her dreams. He wants her to revisit her feelings from that case. As she's revisiting that part of her dream, we see Megan entering the current crime scene. Megan is entering the same residence, it seems. Lois can't figure out where this case came from in her dream. Dr. Whitcomb steps in and speaks on a lecture he attended on empathy. The teacher asked why we were hardening and becoming numb. He says it could be technology. He says that whatever it is, our mirror neurons are changing so that the human species is also changing. A de-evolution of the species is what he called it. Lois is looking to get back to loving life and thinks that moving away will help with that. Dr. Smith tells Lois that her soul touches his, and she says that his soul touches hers. How sweet. Lois arrives home to Maisie and Sexy Red. Sexy Red will not go away. She says that she does not want Marshall. Sexy Red. She implies that she only wants him part-time, and since they're getting a divorce, he's gonna be there full-time. Lois is sitting, girl, popping grapes, clocking her T-ho. Lois thought Sexy Red loved him. She tells her that he belongs to her now because she don't do no damn refunds. Lois advises her to break up with Marshall so that she can go and find her silence. Sexy Red tells Lois to send her a postcard. Later that night, Lois gets a call from Megan saying that she needs her to meet her at the crime scene. So now we get to see the real Lois in action. Lois arrives. Officer Jack Punkass is there. They walk into the house. It's just like her dream. The family is tied up at the table. It's not the Burnsides. It appears to be a different family. The father's been decapitated. The pot on the stove containing whatever she saw in her dream. Lois has a nightmare that night with a bloody Megan. Megan then calls her again. Lois says to stop calling her, that she is done. She said, bitch, she is not murder, she wrote. Lois is done with you hoes. Megan says the lab results from the crime scene came back. Lois goes to Megan's motel. It was sulfur discovered at the crime scene. Lois thinks that someone is copying her dream sequences. She thinks she's still asleep and tells Megan to cut her so that she'll wake up. Megan cuts her and Lois realizes that this ain't no dream. Lois is in the bathroom. Justin's punk ass breaks into the motel room. He smacks Megan to the ground and kicks her. What a little bitch. Baby, Lois grabs her piece and tells him to get the fuck off of Megan. He knows about Lois from Megan. Megan tells him to comply. She doesn't want him shot. She says it's all a dream. Justin says, no baby, this is real. He tells Lois she's been awake all along. He then starts quoting the lecture from Dr. Whitcomb's story. He tells Lois that she can't kill him. She accepts the challenge and shoots him dead. This was a wild episode, especially the ending. So why was Justin quoting Dr. Whitcomb's story about the lecture on the de-evolution of humans? What is really happening here? Is Lois still asleep? Like, what is going on? Like, I don't know. I can't really figure it out. Like, it really could be a scheme that Todd set up to come at us with the bullshit. Alright, so I'm having a hard time figuring out what's going on. Someone knows about Lois's dream sequence. Maybe it's Dr. Whitcomb. I mean, is he working with Justin and they're like recreating her dreams? What is going on? Someone knows about her dream sequences. Could it be Dr. Charles's fine ass? Who knows? Could it be Megan? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I am excited for episode 10.